On to the next thing. Kyle Massey. I know a lot of you guys know him from for the people that's around my age. I'm about to be 30 years old, so I know a lot of you guys probably seen Raven. That's So Raven. He played the little brother, Corey Baxter, on That's So Raven. And basically, what's going on now is Corey Massey is in some serious legal trouble after a mother of a 13-year-old girl who was 13 at the time the event happened. This girl's older now. She probably got to be about 15, 16, probably in her late teens by now. But the mother of the young woman, of a 13-year-old little girl, has come out making accusations against Kyle Massey, basically saying that he sent pictures of his private parts to the young woman's phone, insinuating, sexual interest towards this young woman. And basically, Kyle Massey was allegedly giving sexual predator tease. And I'm going to say that because I'm on YouTube, and then I'm going to dive further in if you guys are on YouTube and really talk about it. So, according to reports, this happened a couple of years ago. This whole story broke, I think it was 2019. And Kyle Massey's brother came out and was defending him against the woman. Kyle Massey's mother came out defending him against this woman, basically saying Kyle Massey was actually having a sexual relations with the mother of the 13-year-old girl, and that the text message was between him and the mother, and not the actual 13-year-old girl. Now, this is what they're alleging. Now, they actually tried to do a civil case against him and tried to sue him for $1.5 million. And I believe the judgment was ruled for him to pay. But since they couldn't get money out of him and he didn't have the money to pay out, what allegedly happened now is that this woman is trying to look for a conviction to get him locked up for his actions. Now, my thing is, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys, okay? For anybody that, that's out there that deals and are sick-minded to think that it's okay to be involved in a sexual nature with a child, should be locked up, should be put under jail. It's just disgusting. That's just my personal opinion. And I just don't feel like it's just infathomably disgusting, okay? But I'm going to say this about the whole Kyle Massey thing. The mother doing this accusation has to be a terrible parent, and that's just my personal opinion on it, okay? Now, this ain't true. I don't know if it's true or not. She's a terrible parent. But based off of me reading the articles and seeing the stuff that I'm seeing, I don't understand how in the heck she didn't immediately go for the jail cell versus trying to get $1.5 million. And I'm not a parent, but if anyone that is a child in my family was assaulted in any form of fashion, my family, and including myself, will want to go for the jugular, which is getting this individual locked up for the rest of their days. We wouldn't be trying to do a lawsuit to get $1 million and then deciding, oh, okay, well, he should go to jail too. I feel like if she was going to go after it, she should have got straight to the point and said, okay, we want him locked up. I have proof that he was trying to come for my daughter, this, and this. He should be in trial right now for this situation. You know what I mean? But instead of her doing that, she decides she wants to let it go and hope that he's going to dig up the money of $1.5 million to give her. Now, I really haven't seen Kyle Massey do much acting. I seen him do, I think he was on Being Mary Jane for one episode. I think I seen him on one show of that, and outside of that, and he had his own little show, Corey in the House, for 2 seasons. But that was 10 years ago. I just don't see Kyle Massey having that amount of money to forward to this woman. And I think the woman, thought that he did because he's from Disney. But what most people don't understand is most of these entertainers are broke. And they're broke because they don't have good teams. They don't have good legal teams. They don't have good contracts. And a lot of them are just start-off actors. When Corey came on the scene, he was a start-off actor. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't getting paid the same amount as Raven Simone. He didn't have the same value. You know what I mean? So it just sounds crazy if she really thought she was going to get $1.5 million out of this guy, unless he was one of those young child star who had a family that understanded investment, stocks, and stuff like that. Why would you think that you're going to get $1.5 million from him? It just makes you wonder what her actual motives was and, are at this point. Now, if Corey, I'm calling him Corey, if Kyle Massey really is guilty of these crimes, he should be held accountable to the highest extent of the law. However, the actions of the mother is kind of hurting the possibility for the justice that's needed for the child if she was being sexually assaulted or was an alleged victim of Kyle Massey. And this is the thing that I just feel like, in general is a big problem is us as regular common folk being star studded when we see these celebrities. You know, these celebrities are human beings just like us. They eat, they breathe, they shit. Okay. Um, the only difference is they have a little bit more fame to their name, and oftentimes they have less money than you because show business isn't a consistent check. You get deals. It's a commission job for the most part. So you're getting deals that's good for a certain amount of time. But after those 3 years is over, what exactly, if they're not business savvy, if they don't have a good team around them, more than likely, since in that lifestyle, you have to be flashy. You got to show off your things. You got to make it seem like you have more than what you actually have. By the time the water runs dry, the show is over, these people literally basically have nothing. So I just found it interesting that this woman really thought she was going to get money from Kyle Massey. I don't think, and it's just a thing where I want to see how this whole thing is going to unfold. His mother, Kyle Massey's mother, isn't having it. She basically saying that Kyle Massey was being involved with the mother who's making these claims now. Is this woman possibly a woman scorer? We don't know, but we're going to sit and watch this unfold. And that leads to my other thought in regards to child stars and Disney and all the stuff that they go through. Britney Spears, okay, she was a Mouseketeer back in the day on the Disney Channel. She was on one of those Disney shows, along with Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, everything else, and they were child stars as well. Okay, and a lot of the times when these child stars they grow up, their adulthood is either short or just tragic, or just short and tragic. And right now, Britney Spears is forced under a conservatorship, and she's 39 years old, which basically means that her parents is still ruling over her as if she's still a child when she's 39 years old and she has 2 kids. Okay. Now, Britney Spears came out and did a deposition and a testimony asking to be removed from the conservatorship of her father and her mother, along with her sister as well. And the judge ruled against it. Britney Spears basically said that she's not allowed to reproduce and have kids. She's not allowed to get married under conservatorship. She can't live a normal life. She's not even allowed to walk and go run. Probably can't even go to the bathroom without the permission of whoever's under the estate and her father and her mother saying that she can. And this woman is 39 years old. They say that she's been being drugged out of her mind, so she can't really focus on her thoughts. And, it's just really, really sad. And I remember a few years ago when Britney Spears' son came out on social media calling his grandfather out for the way that he was treating Britney Spears. And they allegedly, and it's almost say allegations, once again, allegations, allegedly did to Britney Spears. And they basically took his Instagram account down immediately once this entire thing started brewing all over the social media and Blogsphere. Now, from there, a documentary came out about Britney Spears. People was talking about her, stuff like that, reemergence. But it's like no matter what's being done, this judge will not let Britney Spears free. Now, we already know about corruption in the justice system, and it makes me wonder, is it possible that people are being paid off that is running this entire thing, the judge that's overruling it, the prosecutors that's overruling, and everybody else is involved in this whole thing to keep Britney Spears in the conservatorship? Are they getting paid off from her estate to make sure that it rules in their favor every time? Because the audio clips that I heard of Britney Spears from her talking, she didn't sound crazy to me. She sounds sane. She sounded like she was just tired of being locked away like that. And on top of that, she already has issues because she's a child star, and she probably didn't get to live a regular life. You guys seen her when she was was it a Mouseketeer they call back in the day? When she was on that show on Disney with Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera and a whole bunch of other people who end up being famous later in their teens and stuff like that. And she was isolated. We hear horror stories oftentimes when it comes to being a child star, celebrities that started up from childhood all the way up until adulthood being famous, including like Michael Jackson talking about how terrible his childhood was. He was performing since the age of 5 in show business up until when he died at the age of 50. So many other child stars came and gone and died at an early age. Was it Gary Coleman? A lot of people. Okay, and people wonder why, but it's just a lot of alleged pedophilia going on. A lot of sexual predators, pedophiles running all through those allegedly through those movie sets on those different movie sets for Hollywood and things of that nature. And there was a lot of people that came out talking about it, including was it? I'm trying to think. One of the Corys was it Corey Feldman? Because I know Corey Haim. I think Corey Haim passed, but Corey Feldman, he came out basically talking about that. He actually did a documentary and they hacked his channel so he wouldn't expose these alleged predators in Hollywood. It's just very sad and it's disturbing. And I don't know if it should even be legal to have child stars play like children really playing as child stars because these people in Hollywood just comes off as very predatorial. Um, it's just it's disturbing, and I hope that Britney Spears is actually released from her conservatorship. But this is just in general. I'm just talking about child stars in general of other people that were child stars that live short lives and or just have been in real weird situations in regards to allegedly having involvement with children after being a child star. It's like something like their brain is stunt at their growth is stunt at the age that they were when they became famous. Drake Bell. That's another person that used to be on. Was it? I think it's Disney Channel. He had his own show as well. Drake and Josh. I think that was Nickelodeon or Disney, one or two. But he was a child star as well, and he's now in trouble for allegedly having sexual involvements. Soliciting a minor, sending pics, like trying to hook up with someone who's under the age of consent. He's in trouble as well. And, his career dried up right after he left the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, whatever one he was on. You guys help me. I'm kind of old now. But it's something in the water just isn't clean. Something in the water just isn't clean with the Disney Channel, with Nickelodeon, with allegedly. That's what it comes off. I'm gonna say allegedly, just to protect my rights. Allegedly, I don't know if these are for facts, but based off of the things that I've seen and researched, a lot of child stars have horror stories on the things that has happened to them and to them. And you guys can just go through the books and read about the child stars that died young. Over the course of years and decades that Hollywood has been launched. Yeah, but I want to know what y'all think about that. Um, do y'all think it's a curse? Do you guys think there might be a curse or something like that? What is the main problem that a lot of these child stars end up passing away at an early age or being in real unorthodox situations like Britney Spears, being locked away as an adult? This lady is literally a slave for her family at this point because allegedly they're living off of her. I mean, if you guys like this clip, make sure you guys check out my full podcast available right now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It's the DJ Jericho Podcast where I talk about entertainment news, gossip, and much, much more. Make sure you guys also hit that subscribe button right now on YouTube. Hit that bell, okay, so you guys could be notified next time I upload. I got a ton of videos I'm always dropping. I want to make sure you guys are notified. So hit the bell, hit the thumbs up, comment, interact, y'all. Don't be afraid. It's the DJ Jericho Podcast. I appreciate y'all. Peace.